Everybody supersonic racing. Gotta keep your feet right on the ground. When you're supersonic racing, there's no time to screw around. That's not the actual lyrics. I just thought that would be much better for the song, because there's actually no time to look around. But like, if there's no time to look around, then how can you see where you're going when you're racing? Okay, doesn't make any sense. I gotta put Chaos Emeralds in these machines, and you get Chaos Emeralds from the boss fights. So at this point, if you have, you have to kill the bosses to get here, but you don't have to beat the rival stages. So if you haven't done that, then now's your chance, I guess. And are we going up, or what's going on here? I don't think they should make you actually go through and put in the Chaos Emeralds, because that's really obnoxious. Oh, this is the boss door. I can't get in the boss door yet because I've got to go up and finish doing this mindless chore of putting Chaos Emeralds in gears. How high can I go? Not high, quite high enough. So I haven't done this in a long time. I forget what I'm supposed to do. I can just bounce. It's bouncy time. I guess I gotta get up over there. Maybe on the other side of the boss door is where I need to be. Because I can't make any of these jumps, and the gears aren't... After I'm done with this little stupid chore, the gears will be spinning, and then I can fight the hardest and stupidest boss in the whole game, and then roll the credits. So, Sonic Generations kind of ends on a kind of a sour note. This isn't where I need to be. There's nothing over here. Yet. No, I gotta finish the gears first. I gotta figure this out, guys. Arg, 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 arg. So, just because Sonic Generations ends with... Well, first of all, it ends with the modern Sonic levels, which, like I said, aren't bad levels, usually. Just how do I get up there, then? Come on. I don't think regular Sonic can do it, but we'll switch and find out. Maybe I should zoom out the map a little bit. I was zoomed out. Usually it's like this. Oh, they're spinning. Just very slowly. Why are they spinning now when they weren't spinning a minute ago? Whatever, dude. So the Sonic Generations LP is kind of going to end on a slightly sour note, just because the modern stages, like I said, they weren't bad levels. They're just not as fun as the first few levels in the game. Part of that is because they are based on levels from games that were themselves not as good as the older Sonic games. The other part of that being, this is going to take forever. Got to ride it all the way around. Yep, gotta go fast, guys. That's Sonic in a nutshell. Thank goodness. Thank goodness we're watching this. And part of it is just the increased difficulty of the last few stages really kind of ramps up the BS factor in Sonic Generations, which is not fun. And then, of course, you have to end the game. The last two stages in the game are Egg Dragoon, and then this stupid level, which is this a cutscene that I can skip? No, we just have to watch the gears spin for a while. Totes fun, guys. I love it. Wait till you see this boss fight is so retarded. I cannot even believe it. It's one of those supersonic boss fights where if you run out of rings, you die, and like your rings are constantly being drained, and it's just doesn't make any sense what you have to do. Like, I don't get it at all what you're supposed to do in this fight. The best I can figure is just lay on the boost and hopefully get rings. And every 6 seconds, one of your stupid friends off on the sidelines yells at you about what the boss is doing, and none of their clues, quote unquote clues, makes any sense or has any relevance to anything you're doing on the screen. It is totally retarded. So I'm laying on the boost. We're listening to Tails talk. Nothing makes sense. You can only barely steer. I'm trying to charge into the core, but oh, I got hit by a rock out of nowhere and launched to the top of the screen for no reason. Oh, is it a homing shot? What kind of shot is it? A homing shot? Wow. That's like that's half of what they say is, oh, it looks like a homing shot. Oh, and then you gotta switch because he went outside, and I'm gonna run out of rings, and it's gonna be so awful. And that I just went through his arm for no reason, also. Is he back in here? No. There are rings to get, but you can't see them. I mean, I thought I saw some, but I was wrong about rings. Oh, I got some. God. This is it. This is the last boss. It's just... Can you believe it? I already switched, and then you told me to switch. I still haven't hit him once yet. All you gotta do is close in on that purple part of his body, but if he hits you, he knocks you all the way back to, I don't know, wherever. Oh, I had a target, but I didn't hit him for whatever reason. Instead, I just made a noise and went up to the top of the screen where he wasn't. And every time you push your boost button, you get that weird, funky time distortion thing, which doesn't do anybody any good. I didn't get crushed, but also I didn't hit him for whatever reason. I don't know. It's like I feel like I'm close enough, but... There we go. Oh, I hit him once. Yay! Oh, goodness. Ugh. So... And you gotta do that like 3 times. This is how they decided to end the game, guys. Go out in the 2D section. Like, there's a 2D section outside and a 3D section inside, and I don't think you can even damage him out here in the 2D section. You just hold the boost button. Like, they don't have any clues for you other than how to... That it's a homing shot. That's it. That's all they've got. Yeah, something's the matter. This fight sucks. Oh, I just saw a bunch of rings that I didn't get. That's fun. That's the way to lose this fight, is to totally run out of rings. Which will probably happen in another minute here. I'm holding down on the control stick. There he goes. Finally, he goes down. There was a 2D Sonic. Was it Sonic 3 that ended with a supersonic fight? I don't remember if that was this annoying or not. It must have been, I guess, because what a bad design for a boss fight. 2 hits. Hooray! Now I've got a ring following me for no reason. And then it just resets our position. Like, it doesn't even give you the chance to keep your distance when you close in on them. It automatically warps you back to your original positions. And, come on, really? But no, somebody designed this boss fight and didn't get fired. Isn't that amazing? Or maybe they did. I guess I don't know. Oh, I must have got some rings, because I heard the ring noise, but... Time's gonna slow down. I have no idea what that attack does. Because it's like, you can't take damage. The slowing down doesn't do anything but draw out the fight. Everything this guy does is really retarded. Like, that laser hit me point blank. I was stuck in it for a few seconds. Didn't lose any rings. Nothing bad happened. Oh god, it's a homing shot! I can't believe it! And we're beeping now because I'm low on rings again. Can I get past the time slowy part if I go outside here? No. It's just there's no point to that. Why slow time down? Just because my time isn't valuable, I guess. They just wanted to make the fight twice as long. Need some rings, guys. Oh, there was a bunch of rings up there, but I was down here. Okay, so yeah, Time Eater is the last boss of Sonic Generations. Isn't this wonderful? How great for this? How awesome for me? I don't know. That was it. We're dead. Bye. There is something I can do to yeah, I'm thinking there is something I can do to increase my ability to win that fight. Something very, very important. First of all, I have to show you some ads on the Xbox home screen. Isn't that wonderful? I'm gonna load up my other save, my max game save, where I've got 100% of everything. Just to, I need a morale boost, basically. What needs to happen here? and I know just the thing to do it. Oh, yeah, I can't believe how, like, there's so many ways, so many bosses they could have put at the end of this game. And they decided to go with that one. Like, that's really what they thought. That's the boss we want at the end of the game. Just hold down the boost button and hope you hit his purple part. Was like, didn't we already have a fight like that earlier in the game when we fought Shadow? Wasn't that fight exactly that way? Whatever. Apparently. I'm over here because I was practicing that silver fight before I started recording. Because I didn't want to embarrass myself on one of the actual decent boss fights in the game. I'll say it. The silver fight was fun. I mean, like, not objectively fun. Like, it's only fun when you try to... God damn it, Sonic, you're going the wrong way, you moron. It's only fun when you compare it to other boss fights in this same game. Like, if it was compared to other games with actual fun boss fights, it wouldn't be as... Whatever. You guys know what I'm getting at. Time Eater. Let's change the music up. There we go. Yes. Very yes. Now, you guys, I'm going to get this dude. Now we know exactly how to make it work. Yeah, I know you can see my best time now, not 3 minutes and 40 seconds. It's a long time to hold the boost button down. And that's an S rank, so that must be like an actual decent time. Alright. Tails, I'm trying to listen to Supersonic Racing. You need to shut your mouth. Hit the core. Yeah, you gotta hit the core is what you gotta do. Oh, I got crushed. I don't know why. I was holding down up on the control stick. Like I was putting my entire thumb muscle into it. And nothing happened. He still got crushed for no reason. Do something, dude. Not that. How did I get crushed? I was above his hands. This song is supposed to boost my morale. Instead, it just made me upset. Get him, get him, get him! Thank you. And get some rings while I'm at it. Would be beautiful. Rouge thinks I'm good. I've actually never beaten this boss without this song. That's a true statement. I need this song to beat this boss. And I could have played enough of the... found enough red rings and things to have unlocked it, but... I don't know. We'd have been here for like 8 more videos, I think. Can't even see where I am on the screen now. Look, which tiny yellow blurry yellow dot am I? I said yellow twice, didn't I? Sorry. Where you can feel your heart just race. I feel you, crazy Sonic racing woman. There are lots of rings. You can see them on the. You can usually see them on the side, like right after. Right after I zip past them, and I'm no longer able to collect them. I looked up a walkthrough on how to dodge the guy's hand attack, and it didn't mention it at all. Like I've read several of like the GameFAQs stuff, and just nothing. They didn't have any advice. It does not say anything about avoiding his various attacks. Just boost and touch the purple part. Thanks for the boost, SBO. Get your hand out of my face, man. Like, those attacks must be doing something to me, but there's no feedback in the game at all. I have no idea what. Oh, good. Well, I'll just sit here and hold the X button. I'll scratch my nose. Hey, got here to drink some Pepsi. Oh, thanks, Vector. Thanks for the heads up, man. The laser got me. I don't care about it. You can push the A button, so because you got both of your Sonics in this fight. You can push the A button to launch him out, but I don't know what it does. It doesn't seem to do anything. So, I really don't... There's no rhyme or reason to this boss fight. It's just hold down the button, and then maybe you'll win eventually.
The time flow will be restored.
Yes! Thank you, Shadow.
It's attacking. Look out, Sonic.
All of his friends are so chatty. They're so obnoxious. Like, I don't know if holding down the boost button or just pressing repeatedly is better. I don't know, because there's no way to actually gauge your speed relative to his. It doesn't make any sense.
It'll take more than that.
Like, close enough. Get him, get him, get him! Oh, you bastard. He got me with his homing shot. Come on, get it! You asked me, get it! You... Ah! Jesus. Why is that so obnoxious? It shouldn't be obnoxious, but it is. Do I have to get him again? Sure, I'll press the two buttons on the controller that haven't done anything the entire game. Why not? Is it cutscene time now? Did I win? Ugh. So, I know that the game development team at Sega is watching all my videos and taking my criticism to heart. So you guys just... I don't know, you screwed the pooch on this one. Man, I blew past my best time by a minute. Crazy. And I've got one last swig of Pepsi.
Still warm. Time travel.
Why would you throw a chili dog in the air? And why would you tie a ribbon around it? And why anything ever? By the way, that's the whole story of the game, is Sonic was having a birthday party, and then Robotnik and old Robotnik got together and ruined it. So, you would know that if I hadn't skipped all the stupid cutscenes. But this is the last cutscene, and it would kind of be cheesy to skip the very last one, so...
You know what? I don't know. I keep forgetting to ask.
Kick back and watch the ending. So, like I said, Sonic Generations does kind of end on a sour note, just because you have Egg Dragoon and Time Eater at the very end. They're just so awful, both of them. And it's like, no, Classic Sonic, don't learn to do the boost attack. No! Then you'll just turn into someone that everybody hates. I guess my old school bias is showing, because I do very much prefer the classic Sonic to the modern version. I mean, just look at them. He just looks so much better. He looks more like an actual interesting cartoon character than a totally... Look at that. That abomination of horribleness. And then all his stupid friends. I hope they all die. And that's it. That's the end of Sonic Generations. I do kind of dig on this credits roll here where they show you clips from all the old Sonic games and play the old school music. That's good. So, I do recommend this game. I think I've said that a few times. You can't recommend it without some reservations, because there is a lot to kind of push through, especially towards the end. But that's true with a lot of modern games, I find. I think I made a comparison at one point earlier to Super Mario Galaxy, and I felt the same way about the Mario Galaxy games. Like, man, these games they're so much fun. They would be perfect if not for, and then list of things I didn't like about those games. And while that criticism sounds like you could apply it to every game ever, there was a time, and if you're too young, you don't know this, but there was a time back in the 90s and such where games weren't like that. It was like a game was either uniformly good or uniformly not good. It's like you look back at all the old Mega Man games. Like, if you like the Mega Man formula, you will love all the old Mega Man games. Like, there's just... It's not... You don't get to a point where, oh, everything about this game is good except the way it jumps. Because the way it jumps, because they only had... They had such large limitations on what they were able to do in a very small amount of memory that it's like if the way you jump is off slightly, it ruins the whole game. So you just have a bad game and then everybody tells you not to play it. Whereas a lot of modern games, it's like, okay, you have to have the main game, and then you have to have like all the unlockable stuff and the side quests and whatnot. And when all that peripheral stuff starts to orbit the design of the game, you get to a point where the little inconsistencies and frustrations begin to creep in. And that's what happens in even Mario games, especially Zelda games. I'm almost glad that there's very few modern Mega Man games. Although the ones I have played, again, like what was the last Mega Man game I played? The most recent, rather. Well, yeah, 10, which was garbage. I didn't like that game. But like before that, probably ZX on the DS, which again had just a lot of just peripheral stuff attached to the game. So I find myself playing a lot of games, modern games, where I love the core game, but I don't like some of the peripheral stuff. And that's what we saw in Generations. It has 9 levels, 2 acts per level, and pretty much all of the levels are really fun, except for maybe like one of the Planet Wisp levels and one of the Crisis City levels. But when you get a game that has 18 levels and 12 of them are like great, that's a pretty good ratio. And I did you guys a disservice as well, because I only showed you a very small portion of the little bonus missions. You only have to complete 9 of those to win the game. And there are, let's see, there's 5 per act per zone, so there's 90 total. And so most of them are good. Most of them are just, like a race level or kill out some monsters. Or the gimmicky ones are the ones where they kind of really fall apart, because Sonic doesn't do gimmicks well. But I did commit early on, hey, I'll do the gimmicky ones and show them the friend list. I'll put Sonic friends in my video just to acknowledge their existence, and it will. That's a lie. That's not why I did it. I did it to free myself up from having to actually research what every single level was and then play only the best ones. I just knew off the top of my head, if I just make a decision to just decide to play the friend levels, I won't have to think about it. So, yeah, sorry. That was my bad. So basically, you saw the worst of the mission levels. And not all the friend levels were, like, bad. Like, that Amy Rose one is decent if you don't get caught in a hole for 8 minutes like I did. The Vector one is probably by far the worst. A lot of them are only bad until you figure out what the game expects you to do, because the game always wants you to do something different. Like with Charmy Beat, wants you to create that whirlwind platform, and it's like, the little challenge isn't bad once you figure out what to do, but it's learning the mechanic of the whirlwind platform, like learning how big it is and where it's going to appear and how much of a little bounce you're going to get when you use it, and how far you can fall before you use it to catch yourself. It's like all those things, those are the kind of things you have to learn as major game mechanics and hone your skills in them over the entire course of a game. Which is why jumping and like dashing and wall climbing in the old school Mega Man games were all really great mechanics, because you start out with them in the first level. Here's how you dash, here's how you wall climb, here's some minor challenges which use those things. And then throughout the course of the game, they progress those challenges until you master them. And then once you master them, you are good enough to just blow through the whole game, and it's really fun. Where in not just Sonic the Hedgehog, but Mario Galaxy is an excellent example of this. The flying bird levels where you have to hold the Wiimote in front of you and tilt it back and forth to make the bird glide around, and it's really stupid and finicky, and it doesn't seem to react properly, and then your nose itches, and you go to scratch your nose, and Mario just zips upward and get crashes. Oh, I hate that level so much! But it's a great example of a game mechanic which fails because the game is making you use it in just one little secluded, roped-off section of the design. It's like, we're going to make you do this thing once, and then all these other things for the rest of the game. I just don't like that kind of design. And, yeah, a lot of modern games seem to be built around that thought of, okay, here's your collection of mechanics. This is what you need to do to play our game. And then here's 8 things that we kind of sequestered off that you have to do alone, by themselves. I don't know if any of that made sense, but it's you kind of have to understand that element of it to understand why I enjoy this game, even though it has all those little dumb things in it. But to Generations' credit, most of those dumb things you can just ignore, because when you play the little mission levels, you've only got to play like 10% of them to win the game. So it's really easy to just find a type of mission level you like. They're clearly marked. So if you just decide, okay, you know what, I just like the racing levels because they play just like the regular Sonic levels, then you just play 9 of those and you're done. Unfortunately, you do have to play through all 6 of the boss fights to unlock Time Eater, and most of the boss fights were not great. And then you have to, of course, beat Time Eater, which is a really sour note to end the game on. Sonic Colors had a really cool last boss, which it had kind of the same BS that the Egg Dragoon did, in which it was really difficult to tell sometimes what the game wanted you to do. But at the same time, it was like really cool to, first of all, like the layout of the level was very clear. It was easy to tell where you were in relation to the boss and what the boss was doing. And then it telegraphed most of its attacks, and it had a lot of attacks. So that's the kind of end boss I would like to see in Generations, instead of just hold down the boost button, and then maybe someday you win. Happy birthday, Sonic. I should have timed this so this last video came out on Sonic's actual birthday. But I didn't, because I don't care. What's this? What is it doing now? Oh, that's right. This guy.
Are you sure you saw a door over here? What? You
And his
were the one
friend,
who said you
that
saw
guy.
a door over here. Well, I know it was one of us. Shut up and keep looking.
They didn't exactly kill their graphic artists for the in-between stages of the game. You know what? Just white fill will be nice.
What time is it? It's the exact same time as when you asked earlier, and it'll be the exact same time when you ask later. There is no time here! Let me just say that this was a brilliant plan that you came up with. Don't get too self-righteous. It'll be your plan pretty soon. I'm gonna
This is so corny. How can you not love it?
I heard that. Do we ever win? That depends on your definition of win. Beating Sonic? Oh, well then no. That doesn't give me much hope. Maybe I'll go back and get my teaching degree. That's not a bad idea. I've always enjoyed telling people what to do.
And that's it. The corniest cutscene imaginable. A fitting way to end Sonic Generations. In any case, I'm glad you guys watched it, and I probably won't play any more Sonic games. Kinda over it. Peace out.